Hey everybody, welcome to this Board in the House channel. I'm Michael Hastrider, and I'm going to be going over the Seven Wonders Duel progress tokens. So we're going to look at these different progress tokens in the order that they're shown right here. So I would say the agriculture, the 6 coins, 4 points, that's going to go in A tier. It's pretty good, but it's not like maybe put in a B tier. It's pretty good, but it's not like one of the Power 6, I call them. The Power 6, we'll get to those later. But architecture, I'd say this one, it's dependent, how you're doing with resources and how many wonders you've already constructed. But maybe I put that as a C tier, although sometimes I have built it over the agriculture. So yeah, something to think about there. Now we're looking at the Power 6. So this is an Agora expansion one, Corruption. Maybe we'll say the expansions to the end, actually. So we'll save expansions to the end. And all right. And instead, we're going to be looking at these different non-expansion ones first. Okay, so the philosophy, 7 points. I'm going to put that probably at C tier. You don't see too many people grab it, and if you think about it, agriculture is actually worth 6 points because 4 plus 6 coins is every 3 coins is worth a point at the very least. So at the very least, it's 6 points, but you could do a lot more with those coins. But if it does get to the end of the game, don't keep that mindset and be like, oh yeah, I just always grab agriculture, because if it comes to the end of the game and you have enough coins to do what you need, then yeah, the 1 extra point for philosophy could be useful. And then next we have theology. So theology is the top of the top. That is the S tier. You just want to grab that, definitely, for sure. Next up, we have urbanism. I like that urbanism uh, allows you to get coins for the rest of the game based on your linking symbols. And some of those Age 2 military cards and those Age 1 science cards are going to be ones that you want to grab that have linking symbols to the next age. Um, and the brewery and the tavern, each of those have linking symbols. So some of these really great cards that are out there, the best of the military, the best of the science, and the best of the yellow cards, all tend to have linking symbols. And so if you grab all the best cards and then you grab urbanism, you're sitting pretty at being able to get extra turns, or sorry, get extra coins the rest of the game. There's not a lot of passive income in this game. The only other one that I can tell you about is economy. So economy, that's probably even better than urbanism. We'll put urbanism down there, but economy is going to give you extra money passively once again, except this time it's dependent on your opponent's economy, and your opponent is going to be paying you. So, I mean, it doesn't matter where the money's coming from, but it's nice that your opponent's losing the money. But important to note, they would have lost the money anyways. So, if you're going to gauge how many coins you're going to get from your opponent, be thinking, does my opponent now want to even discard this or pay for this card because now they're going to give me the coins? Or are they just going to start discarding all their cards the rest of the game? So a good player is not going to play into your economy strategy, and they're just going to discard for coins instead of building things that would cost them a lot of coins. And so economy maybe is not going to get you as much coins as urbanism, but sometimes can give you a crazy amount of coins and stop your opponent from wanting to build some of the cards that might be important for their strategy. All right, so then we have the, speaking of strategy, we have a strategy. This is a very great token that allows you to get 1 extra push for every military shield taken, or for every military red card that you take. So, not counting shields on wonders, we're only counting the military cards which offer you shields. And yeah, I think this one's a great one. Every single time you're taking one of those military cards, you get 1 extra one that helps you so much. It could be the 1 extra that makes your opponent lose a coin, or 2 coins, or 5 coins, or be the 1 extra one that makes you take your opponent's capital. Just a really great one, and it moves the amount of shields that you need significantly lower. You only need 9 more shields than your opponent to win the game in military. So if you think that that converts to maybe take you know, a 3 military, a 2 military, a 2 military, and a 2 military at the very best. Maybe those combos of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's already better than 9. Well, take away one of those 2 militaries, and maybe you only need a 3 military, a 3 military, and a 2 military, and that's already 3, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11. Wow, maybe you really don't need that much as far as military at all if you have strategy. So the math becomes a lot uh, simpler as far as how many cards you need. Ends up becoming only 3 cards you might need for military, and maybe only 2 cards and a Colossus and something else like that, or you build statue of Zeus and 2, 3 military cards. That'll do it. So yeah, that'd be a pretty crazy win. Only 2 military cards needed. That's absurd. Normally you need as many as your opponent plus 4 more to win in military. That's generally how it goes. But but yeah, now with the tug of war being favored for you, can't talk enough about how great strategy is. All right, so next up, the engineering. That's terrible. You just everything that has a linking symbol now only costs you 1 coin. Okay, you look at some of those cards that the linking symbol giving cards are great. The cards they link into are okay. They're not great, but they're not terrible. But now you're making a lot of not great, not terrible cards. One only cost you 1 coin, and a lot of times you could have afforded them anyways. That's the beauty of urbanism is a lot of times the card would have only been 1 or 2 coins, and now you got the linking symbol for it. Cool, it's free, but you just saved 2 coins. Well, now you gained 4 coins if you had urbanism. Here, maybe it costs 2 coins normally, but now you got this, and now it only costs you 1 coin. That's not that great. Saving you 1 coin on some mid-tier cards. That is why it is in the D tier. All right. Oh shoot, that was an expansion one. All right, we won't do any more expansion ones because now we got to get to the Power 5 for the base game. Law up there in the S tier. Law is just so important. It allows you to get that extra science symbol that you probably will need if you're going for a science strategy. If I see law out there, science is much more winnable. Masonry, I'm going to put that around where architecture is, and it is dependent. So if I haven't built all my wonders, architecture is the way I go. But if I know it's coming down to points, then masonry is the way I go. Even more so than grabbing philosophy. If I'm at a deficit in stone, I always talk about this. If you're missing stone, then you're going to be hurting in points. But this progress token allows you to not worry about that. There's so many different dimensions of this Rubik's Cube of the game Seven Wonders Duel. And on this side of the dimension, there's the progress tokens. Okay, now you can solve for that issue of missing your stone. You can just get masonry and then you're set. Missing wood, get masonry and then you're set for a points victory. Next up, 3 points per progress token you have. So likely you have 1 other progress token. So that's like a 6 point. You'd only grab it if you had another one. And so that could be a 6 point one, but it could potentially be a 9 point mathematics one, and that'd be good. All right, now we have the Pantheon expansion. What does it add? It adds some pretty low powered ones. So we already talked about engineering. Then mysticism, maybe a little better. That's like the C tier, just talking about points. So 7 points, maybe 6 points to 9 points. And then this thing could be anywhere from 2 to 8, I'd say, maybe 10. Of course, you might, at the very max, it gets really hard to get there. But the max would be 16 points you could get. Get 5 God tokens, and then 3 of the offering tokens for a total of 16 points. So that could be actually pretty nice to get. But you'd much rather use those offering tokens for getting other points rather than saving them to get only 2 points. So we'll say at the very maybe we'll put it higher than philosophy. But sometimes this is the right answer though. Sometimes getting the 9 points from math is the right answer. So they all just juggle around. So So I won't really put them poo-poo it too much. It could be nice, but yeah, generally I would say yeah, mysticism probably the best of those points ones, but they're all kind of C tier. Then polyceretics, that's pretty low. Like making your opponent lose coins is better than gaining coins sometimes, uh, especially if your opponent is low in coins. But yeah, what it does is every single movement you do in military gives you or makes your opponent lose a coin. But if your opponent has 0 coins, this has no ability. So, but that's fine to keep them at 0 coins. Just wait till they build something, discard something, and then start pushing in military again. But don't let that be your deciding factor on if you want to just end the game in military. So if you're already close, just get there and don't worry about your advantages with polyceretics. But I don't even know how to pronounce that. Polyceretics? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so pretty low there. Next up, corruption. So that is the final one in this power 6. Very powerful progress token. And I would put it above economy and urbanism. And yeah, in that power 6, it helps with not needing coins for senators, the conspirators, and the politicians. So next up is organized crime, going on along with the trend of expansion progress tokens being pretty low tier. Yeah, it's pretty low there. The organized crime lets you, instead of keeping only one of the two best plot cards, conspiracy cards that you draw, you get to, normally it would be you have two, one's good, one's bad. You keep the good and put the bad down. Now it's you keep the good and you keep the bad. Great. So which one do you think you're going to build? You could build both, but I mean, that one bad one probably is not that great. So now, yeah, there is a chance, though, that you saw what the top card was. In that case, organized crime, still pretty bad, but you saw the extra card that's on the top, and you want to take organized crime so you can take potentially that card plus another one that might be good. You already know your chances are going to be good. Maybe that might be a right answer, but I would say it's the worst. It's worse than polyceretics. It's just you need to spend a card to charge up a one of those conspiracies. So spending a card to charge it up, just that's a no go. Like you want to do that, spend a card to charge up for the best of the best ones, not the worst choice ones. And you get both choices. I haven't seen anybody pull it off, and so that's something to be said. All right, so we have the lineup. So going over the different tier categories. So S tier, we're about the specific win conditions. Theology helps you win in all different ways. Uh, Strategy helps you win in military, although that could give you some points. Law could prevent your opponent from taking certain cards to block you from science and losing points therein. But that's for a science strategy. This is for a military strategy. This is for an all strategy. That's why this is top, 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 really high up. The only issue is it could be bottom, 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 bottom if it only gives extra turns for wonders that don't already have extra turns. So there's that. Um, but yeah, I generally rank them like that. Now, so that's the different ways to win. Now we're looking at the A tier ones. This is a saving money for a way to win. This is giving you money passively. This is giving you money passively. This is giving you money immediately, but just as much as this one, and no future money, but a little bit of a points boost. This depends. If you haven't built your wonders, maybe consider it. This about to go into age 3, and you're not sure if you have a good enough economy to compete with your opponent's economy. You think you'll bleed out a lot of points in via coins spent on blue cards. Take that one. And then some of these expansion ones at the bottom are situational. This one, if you're going to get more than 6 points from this, maybe consider taking it. But this one's better, 7 points generally. And then here we've got 3 points or more. Could be even 9 points or even 12 points. Oh, I've never seen somebody get 3 progress tokens to include mathematics. Then polyceretics is going to be just very low margins, just making your opponent lose one single coin every so often. Yeah. Yeah, with every shield loss, so 1 coin, 2 coins, 3 coins, like every so often, not so great. And then this one, saving you 1 coin, 2 coin, maybe 3 coins ever so often, not so great. And then this one's just the worst, like we talked about. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that analysis of the progress tokens, I do a lot of other Seven Wonders Duel content on this channel. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. Thanks so much.